Hello, Psychic Frank's Mystery School. I must have looked like I was just leaping through the TV there. Hi, it's Gabby, somewhere around here, my beloved parrot. Um, and this is Psychic Frank's Mystery School. Don't forget the apostrophe S if you're going to YouTube to see this. And new email address for the show, psychicfrank11@gmail.com. Where's that Gabby? Where's that girl? Oh, she's eating. She's in her little feeding area. Yeah, that's the Rick's Mix. God bless Rick's Mix. Imaho, Amaho, what a miracle. Well, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, and living in the USA, I'm positive the entire focus of the entire globe is focused on what's going on in the USA. I even think Aborigines in the outback are, this is couldn't be more intense. And years ago, Hunter Thompson, he wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. A lot of good stuff. Yeah, when for a while, drugs works for you. Cannabis works for you all the time. But, liquor got the best of him, and I didn't want to talk about what happened at the end of his life. He totally lost it. Guns, Anyway, I was thinking how, it's common sense that guns are out of control. But that's redundant. But he said, when the going gets weird, the weird get going. The weird go pro. Yeah, that's what he said. When the going gets weird, the weird go pro. Ta-da! Here I am, as weird as you could get. I love astrology. I'm not myself an astrologer. I'm adept at astrology, and I'm always learning because the universe is expanding, and I'm actually processing things now that happened so many decades ago, 3 or 4 decades ago. Because I'm hitting 76. Yeah. Hi, Gabs. Yeah, we're on TV, baby, and we're on YouTube. Thank you, my YouTube people. I love you guys. Always in my prayers. And, my life is a prayer. So where are we going now? Yeah, so, and I mentioned to one of the astrologers, a man, actually there's several male astrologers. I don't know, because I have a moon Taurus in the 12th house, I don't know what it is. I get along much better with women or very sensitive men, but... these and I realized he said something very, it must have really been a punch in the face to a lot of genuine psychics like myself, because he said, I've only met 2, because I said something to him about thank you. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm a psychic healer who uses astrology. I'm a psychic who's a healer who uses astrology, something like that. And I must have gotten his attention because he made a point of saying that I don't believe in psychics. I've met in my whole life, and he's long in the tooth, that... Gabby, stop that right now! He said, I've met 2 psychics in my life, and the rest are all charlatans. I've been called a charlatan by the best. There's a book about my best friend here, Eat Your Mind, Kathy Acker's story. I'm in the whole book, Jason McBride. It could be thoughts of cell tissue. And the whole thing is all of her friends thought I was a charlatan. This was going back 30 years because she died when she was 50. So, 25, 30 years ago. And she's the one that gifted me Gabby. She knew a friend who I needed a parrot. She knew a friend who needed to rescue a parrot. Yeah, Kathy Acker was an amazing woman. But it was only after she died in 97 that my whole world, because I was getting really big in London, and she was writing about me, and I was making a lot of friends in London because she was working for the London Times at the end of her life against my better. And all the heroes I sent her to all said, don't leave the country, stay. But she was offered this job. And anyway, it's not about her. But anyway, I've been called a charlatan by the best, but I thought that was then. And now that more people are coming out, but I guess to a lot of people, and he's an educated guy, but I think it's just a jealousy thing. I don't know. But I didn't ask to be a psychic. Trust me, who in their right mind? I tried enhancing my own innate psychic ability and then found out all this other stuff was in me. Something's very, Pam Gregory said this, followed it up with, I blew a fuse when I read this. If you know Pam Gregory, the astrologer from the UK, I can just picture her blowing a fuse because she's such an archetype British woman, very fine and cultured, and I just love. I could listen to the Brits all day. They could read a phone book and I'd fall in love. I'm an Anglophile. I was born the same day, month, and year, and time as Prince Charles. And she said, before you're born, she was reading this. She didn't make it up. She read it somewhere and was reading it to the people who watch her YouTube videos. And she said, before you were born, your astrological birth chart was etched in your heart. Woo! That goes right along with America's North Node. So, America, things couldn't be more intense. That's why on my last show, everybody's talking about the second half of July. This is a 1 year for the United States of America. July 4th is 11, 7/4 is 11, 2024 is 8, 8 and 11 is 8, 9, 10, 1. Yeah, so we got a 1 year happening, and September's going to be a 1 month and a 1 year. So 2025 is going to be the most spiritual revelations are going to come. And it's going to be really hard for a lot of people to accept that healing, I guess. So what's going on? See, the North Node is the soul's journey, the North Node, South Node axis, the polarity there. And we all have it. For the United States of America, the North Node is 7 degrees Leo, the heart. The heart is our strongest magnet. Before the fetus is even, just when it's conceived, at the moment of conception there, right shortly after that, I don't know how many hours, well, whatever, the heart is the first solid thing in the body, the first solid substance in the body, the heart. I shouldn't call the heart a substance. Tangible material thing is the heart. And we have our heart chakra. Our heart chakra is got it all there. When you go to sleep at night, what's it going to take? Put your hand on your heart and say, guide me. Fear of the unknown, fear of being a psychic. Psychic means soul. Psych means soul. It's a $10 word for soul. Psychoanalysis, soul analysis. Einstein said, if you can't explain it so a 6-year-old can't understand it, you don't know it yourself. So see, the thing is now, our intellect and science have gotten us to the precipice of annihilation. We've got to get to the heart, and that's what it's all about. When Pluto's in Aquarius, our South Node is in Aquarius. Pluto's in Capricorn. We're still smarting from that, because Pluto's going to back up in September to Capricorn for the last time in 50 something years there. I was going to say 80. And nothing even remotely resembles what is, after Pluto's through with it. So this is, it started in 08 when Pluto entered Capricorn. And then, and now it's going to finish in November when Pluto goes 29 Capricorn. That's an anorexic degree, meaning something ugly from the past comes up for purging. I don't know how else to put it. Gabby, please stop that. Oh yeah, I'm glad I turned around. I want to talk about the July 21st Capricorn full moon. Because what's happening now, well, we'll talk about it right now. Yeah, because Gabby, she wants it. You want to come over here and say hello? Are you all right, baby? Yeah, she's not going to be all right until I come over and bring her here. Okay, kiddies, because I know there's a few kids that watch this show, and everybody's important. I want you to come over here right now. Come on, get over here. Come on. You just want attention. You just want attention. You're a good-looking chick. Here she is. Gabby, look at that girl. There's the baby. Say hi. Come on. Say hi now. Are you going to behave yourself? Oh, yes, you are. If I put on music now, she'd do a little dance. But yeah, we're not here to do any dances right now. Okay, sweetheart? Come on, say goodbye. Say bye. Bye. Okay, that's enough. Okay, okay. Thank you for that. Okay, that's enough, sister. Okay. So anyway, what's going on now? Uranus and Mars this week, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Today's the 18th. So the last few, and it's going to last for a good 8 more days. Mars energizes this Pluto, Uranus in Aquarius, in Taurus. Yeah, Mars is in Taurus until the 19th. Uh, and Gabby, stop that right now. Uh, Mars is conjunct the planet Uranus and Taurus, and everybody was expecting something really wild to happen, and sure enough, it did, because come on, that's enough now, okay? That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, because there's the fixed stars and the asteroids are very important now, because since Saturn is in Pisces, ending its Pisces, because as I said, it's so important. Come in February 2026, both Saturn, the structure planet, changes signs, goes around the wheel every 29 years, and Gabby, please stop that. And Neptune will leave Pisces and go into Aries. So these two planets right now, we've in Pisces and Saturn's the last visible planet before the outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and all the asteroids. We're at the end. We've hit the end of this universe, the Milky Way. And what we got to do now is and this Algol is one of these fixed stars that moves 1 degree every year, and it is 26 right now, conjuncting this new moon. And it's going to be powerful really for till the end of the month, and then again towards September, October, we're going to see this again with, and they're all, I'm not making this up. I mean, listen to any astrologer, and they all talk about what's going on. See, the outer planets are all related to mythology, and all kinds of spiritual stories. AL is all about off with the heads. And all the astrologers are saying this doesn't mean a literal beheading. It means the head down economics. It means corrupt heads of all these corporations. Teddy Roosevelt warned us against the evil of incorporations and left unchecked. Well, they're unchecked. Look, that's why we're in the mess there. Teddy, man, he knew a lot. And so most of us, nonviolent hippies or peaceniks, were all, no, it can't be. And sure enough, a bullet went towards Donald Trump's head, nicked his ear. Very symbolic that he doesn't listen. Maybe he heard that. Gabby, you will stop that right now. I will put you in your cage and you will... Oh, she's eating. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, she makes noise when she eats. She wasn't doing this to me. I don't know what it is with her. It doesn't taste good unless it's eating. She's got to make noise while it's going down. I don't know. Okay. I'm learning. I'm building, man. I'm building up my character here. I was going to put her. I don't know what I was going to do. Okay, so the whole thing that happened was. I realized what normally would have been a bloody beheading. I mean, it was. If you see the shot, I mean, you have to know it was divinely. An angel did something there, uh, and like unlike Ronald Reagan and a lot of other people there, he didn't change. He got worse. But anyway, and that's not an editorial. People say you can't say bad things about Donald Trump. They're not saying bad things when they call him a convicted criminal. He is a convicted criminal. When you're saying the truth about someone, it doesn't mean you're slandering him. Yes, darling. But the angels, I asked the angels, some insight into this, or they gave me insight because I needed whatever. But the reason I got it was they were telling me that he needs to lose this election and let Jack Smith expose the espionage. That's the whole thing is about these documents that and that's why his daughter Ivanka finally, they're up to their necks, they're over their head in it, and they're all fighting to stay out of prison, if not, I don't know, execution for treason. They're literally fighting for their free life or their life in general. I don't think that'll ever happen, but who knows? Look what they did to Mussolini, Hitler. As I said, when Jack Smith gets his trial, his thing going forward after this election. So that's what the angels told me. Why, Gabby, you will please stop that. Algol, Algol, off with the heads. So the reason his head isn't off is because he needs to live. I pray every night he stays alive because I really want this to be televised like the Nuremberg trials. What they did was you saw the pictures. I'm not asking for any of this stuff. Yeah, she's eating. That's what she does when she eats. Well, I guess she wants me to say God bless you. Well, God bless you, Gabby. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. I was watching the ads before I got on. There's Obama on. This isn't about TV. This is Obama on getting money for Biden, which is I guess that's what you need to win. And he starts off his little thing with right in your face, $5. He screams it at you. $5. And growing up in an Italian neighborhood, back in the 50s, there was this guy who sold fruit, had a fruit cart, and he would run, I forget, and he would do anything. Kill rats, paint your cellar, do any disgusting job you didn't want to do. Chinga Betts would do it. $5. They would call him, I'll call Chinga, He was, he didn't speak with, he spoke broken English, and as soon as Obama said $5, and I hear him say this all the time, and finally I started laughing. I go, Chinga Betts, $5. Okay, so that's the Italian version of what Obama's saying now. Chinga Betts. Okay, that's enough about memory lane. Oh, see over my shoulder here? We have that Tibetan symbol. It's intercepted, meaning in life we're all intercepted, we're all one. It's kind of heavy. Someone gave me that. Heavy. It's handmade in Nepal. I'll wear it when the seasons change. Well, we don't have seasons here, but when it gets a little colder. Yeah, be sweet. Eat quietly, baby. Psst, psst, psst. Okay? So, reminded me of so much happened. Like I left my body at 82. I had that experience where I came back. I believe I died, but I think it was 2 years ago. Before that, it was 1980. It had to be between 1980, close to 1980. I'd gone back to this country in the late 70s, 79, 80. Yeah, it was right around 80, 81. Maggie had died, my adopted stepmother, who I loved, and my whole life. And that's when my friend Sean, who sent me that, dragged me. I was still bent on self-destruction, drink fast, die young. And he dragged me over to Lama Lodra's over on Panhandle Park. It's a Victorian building. and the Grateful Dead, the Jefferson Airplane. I guess still supporting them. They probably initiated some kind of a trust, and they're still there. Lama Lodra is still there. And I remember Sean taking me there and introduced me, but I didn't care then. I was like, I was so bent. I just wanted to die, drink until I died, and. And Lama Lodra, I went through several. I sobered up enough to take several Buddhist initiations, and then they all told me, people who had been studying with him, they've been known like there could be decades before these things germinate and take over in your body, But you've taken these heavy initiations, and then I realized that's what happened in '82. It was probably having to do with, of course, now Tibetan Buddhism rules my life. I'm a spiritualist, so I believe all roads lead to Rome, but there are definitely, everybody's got a certain, I guess, connection to one religion, and I didn't realize how personally affected I have been by Tibetan Buddhism. And so, yeah, and then I've got several other pieces of clothes now coming in from my friend who's leaving the country with his husband. Yeah. Okay, this is funny, and then we'll get to the heavy stuff. Pocket Guide to the Afterlife. 91 places death might take you. You are here. And here's a station wagon, and it says Summerland, Moksha, Vanilla, Heaven, Hell. I believe hell's a threat, heaven's a bribe. Romantic Catholicism, which I believe is killing. This is the hippie Jesus, not the Nazi Jesus who hates gays and trannies. As a Catholic, you started off at birth. Okay, as a Catholic, you started off at birth behind the 8 ball, and as humans have been doomed ever since Eve first took a spin with some bad fruit. So yeah, it's a funny book. The way I had some other good one. Jainism. That's what I expect to be. Yeah, Jains simply take it as a given that the universe and everything in it is eternal. Nothing that currently exists was ever created or can ever be destroyed. If you can get rid of that pesky karma holding you back, following your death, or perfectly uncreated and eternal soul can achieve liberation or moksha. It should be said that while Jains are perhaps the most famous for wearing masks over their mouths to avoid accidentally inhaling small insects who also have souls, the belief is that only humans can achieve moksha. And then there's a couple more. Buddhism. I like this. Maybe one. It's a good book, I just thought the Catholic one about you're born behind the 8 ball and have been doomed, it really is. But yet somehow on your deathbed, if you say a good Hail Mary, boom. I don't know. What they call it, our forefathers called organized religion an opiate for the masses, So we're all stuck. There are a lot of masses here, as I said. They try to turn America was founded on religious freedom into a Christian nation. If that isn't treason, and yet, they're on TV. I can't get my ass on TV. SF Commons won't let me back in. I know people would love to talk to me, and I'm willing to walk a few blocks down to 10th Street. That's where they are now. But you're telling me the powers that be won't let me in there. No, I know where the bodies are buried. That's why. Who inspires me? Who inspires me? Way back when I first moved in here in 89, Gabby. I didn't even have Gabby then. My dog moved in here with me. Louis Farrakhan, man. I'd run home from work to turn on Louis Farrakhan on SF Commons. Because SF Commons, for people who want to say things that you can't say. And this was back in 89. And now, with the 1% owning every network, every, even the liberal station I watch in the mornings to get Stephanie what's her name? Somebody's going to say Stephanie Powers. Liberal station, sexy liberals, whatever her name, Stephanie somebody. And they're sponsored by these ads that go calling Reagan one of the best presidents we ever had. You know, one of the best presidents. FDR outlawed corporate buybacks of their stocks, of the corporate stocks. Ronald Reagan stopped that. Da, 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 da. So we didn't just get here. Ronald Reagan, it was only at the, excuse me, the very end of his life, after he was almost assassinated, excuse me, he became empathetic. Jane Fonda said, empathy is revolutionary. Talking about being I'm a healer who uses, you know, who happen to be a psychic. Lorde, Lorde, Audrey, Audre. She was born February 18th, 1934. She died on my birthday, 92. Yeah, November 14th. No, the 17th. Okay, I was born the 14th. She was born on, and she, healed cancer. She was healing from cancer or whatever. And she realized that care for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation. And that it is an act of political warfare, an act of survival. She said, figuring out your diet was an act of, how do I plan my meals so I'm sure I'm not continuing to poison myself? Yeah, the only thing that was, caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation, and that is an act of political warfare. I mean, we're literally being killed because the direct-to-consumer pharmaceutical ads, our mind is being totally sabotaged. Brainworms are getting in there, because they're telling you your body's a machine. And without their pills and their surgeries and their this or their that, it makes us healers go insane. And yet somehow every doctor in America, when I confront them with this, they put their heads down, and then they have me tested for syphilis because they think I'm talking with a syphilitic brain. Well, I don't have it. This doctor I've been going to for like 35 years. He was a kid when he opened shop here, and now he's an icon sort of in San Francisco because he's gay, and he started out, his heart was in the right place, but like every other doctor in this country, why aren't you guys standing up to this? I mean, a couple of you are. That's why I love Bernie Siegel, Dr. Bernie Siegel. We lost him 2 years ago, but, and all these psychics out there, how could you, look at this, the other day I was listening to YouTube music, and, because it's, it comes out good on this computer, with someone donated, and it says, and I was listening to Sympathy for the Devil by Mick, and it goes, I rode a tank, held a general's rank, when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank. This morning I was, Mick Jagger sang that, I was watching this political Amy Goodman show this morning, Democracy Now!, and it was a Palestinian guy crying, weeping his heart out, on his knees, but I didn't even see his face. All I could see is his hands over, and he was like weeping. Guy had to be like, 26, 27, and there were 3 body bags, his wife and 2 kids, his whole life, and he was more, war. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop this crap, man. This is bullshit, man. This is totally bullshit. But anyway, it's going to happen now because this is the last couple of weeks of Pluto in Aquarius, and then it's going to back. So we had a little taste of coming attractions, but now this is the last gasp of the old order. Yeah. So bless you, Lorde, Audre Lorde. She has a website with no views. I checked out her website. If you see one view on Audre Lorde's website, that's me. I did it. I can't believe when we speak, we're afraid our words will not be heard or unwelcome. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it's better to speak. I am deliberate and I am afraid of nothing. I am afraid of nothing. I am what people fear. I love it. Ben Franklin said, "The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart." Yeah. So okay. So what's going on this new moon? Yeah, I chose. Yeah, this is still we're pretty active now with what's currently happening. That's why I was going to let that show I did last time when I talked about Donald Trump and watching Howdy Doody show back in the 50s. And there was Princess Winter, Summer, Spring, and Fall, and then there was Mr. Bluster, the mayor of Dutyville, who was mean and nasty. He was always the fly in the ointment. And as a kid, Donald Trump's father probably said to Donald, "Be that guy." And his little brother, who the alcoholic who killed himself, probably said, "No, I want to marry Princess Summer, Winter, Spring, and Fall." She went on to do Jailhouse Rock, the movie with Elvis Presley. Yeah, the woman who starred. Google up the Howdy Doody show, and you might get some understanding. And if you do understand that your early year, the first 3 years of your life, this is what you're becoming. You're pretty much talking about Carl Jung. So you're a Jungian, if you get what I'm saying. God, I got an itchy nose. Am I going to have a fight? Yeah, probably. Because you gotta. I don't want to fight. But once again, I'm not going to go with a, I'm going to go, with an FU on my lips. Some of my most heard and answered prayers had a lot of F words in it. God and I are like that. I don't, God gives a shit what if I slip a few F bombs into the conversation. Grow the hell up, man. You allow what's going on. You're going to get on my ass for letting the F word slip out. Grow up, kid. And let's get rid of direct to consumer. See, we're up against, just like most people think, the industrial military complex. It's hopeless. Where's your faith? And the industrial pharmaceutical industry now is neck and neck with the industrial pharma. They're bad, and yet they're poor people again are being subject more to it because they don't have cable TV. They don't have enough money to block out these ads, and it's bad enough they're sick, but then they're being told that this whole thing. I read a book recently, came out 2 years ago, new releases in the library. This hating the homeless. Now the war on poverty has become the war on the poor. Well, this has been going on since pre-Victorian times, and gypsies and caravans were literally put through all this. No, empathy. Listen to Jane Fonda. Empathy is the way. Empathy. We have no empathy in this city, really. Everything is the meter's never not running. It's always like they're hookers, man. I know hookers will even turn off the meter, and take a vacation somewhere. Okay, I want to cut a couple of cards for you now. Yes, we'll get back to more. So why this full moon is so important is because that this Mars will no longer be conjunct Uranus after the in a couple of days, but it'll still be conjunct, different Gemini. It'll still be within a few degrees different. But this Algol there, I'm just learning about these fixed stars. Yeah, there's three. It's a cluster of three stars. One, the largest one, and they found. And this is, as I said, has to do with beheadings. But as I said, most people are. I never dreamt it would be a physical beheading. Because I said, no, it's got to be the head of, definitely all these heads are going down, the heads of all these big corporations, the 1% now, these cartels. That's why there's no mom and pop stores around anymore. That's why it's got to pay to play. That's a big bone in my claw, because London Breed made that way with the cannabis thing. Oh, the whole cannabis thing now. Cannabis is good medicine. It's healing. It should not be made into booze. You're just booze you put in to numb yourself. Cannabis is going to emphasize your senses. Your senses are going to be in overdrive, man. Dig it. Get into it. Dig where we are now. Don't try to push this place away. Realize the universe choreographed this. I was going through, okay, I'm going to pick a couple of cards for you now. I feel you guys want to hear a couple of cards. We've got plenty more time. Well, at least 20 minutes. Right, Gabby, darling? There she is. There's my peaches. There's that little baby up there. Okay, let me cut the cards and see what, okay, why don't we do that? I don't give me some feedback if you like the 3 card, the 4 card, or the 8 card spread. You want a big more detail. Okay, I'm just going to cut the cards now on this 18th day of July. I'm pretty much still dealing with Mars, Uranus. The symbol for Uranus is the H with the upside down lollipop. That's the head going through the hips, giving birth to the new you now. We're all waking up. And this guy was putting down, he really like spit in my face when he said, I realize, a lot of people are afraid of psychics, but at least they believe they exist. This guy was calling me a charlatan, and I go, I've been called a charlatan by the best. As I said, right after Kathy died, I stopped doing everything, and I said, you know what, I'm going to throw myself into working with healers and developing my own healing ability. I joined them, I just really got into it, It was 96 then, and that's when 97, that's when I said, I'm not going to be a fortune teller. I cut off all those connections to the, business connections in the UK, and I never looked back. So, this isn't a brain fart. I mean, I knew that I came back, and it wasn't to, it was not to do what I was doing. I had to be connected with my right path, which is I'm on my right path now. Thank you. Okay, so pick 1, 2, 3. Okay, and get that number in your brain. Okay, now if you pick number 1, the nightmare's over. There's a wonderful book that just came out by Melinda Lee Home. Melinda Home. And I tell you, this woman's into something. And what she says now about the 9 of Swords, because swords are mind. And she says, knowing a lot is great, but the wisest know what they don't know. The ability to see to the end of your knowledge allows you to push against that boundary and to marvel at the vast expanse of the universe, beyond what we may never comprehend. Do you capiche that, NASA? Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? I'll say it again for you deaf son of a NASA guys, who are just drunk on power, spending our money like a drunken sailor. I'll say it again, it's so important. Okay, the ability to see to the end of your knowledge allows you to push against the boundary. You don't know, you're doing research and you're pissing off everybody that knows. Psychics know a lot more than you do, but yet you're making us a laughing stock. Yeah, it pisses me off. I shouldn't say that, because then at my age, people my age have urinary problems. But boy, they don't let you forget that. Yeah, you got urinary problems, old people, because you're pissed off all the time. Okay, the ability to see the end of your knowledge allows you to push against the boundary and to marvel at the vast expanse of the universe beyond what we never comprehend. Your experience and study have brought you to this place, and your investigations and explorations do not consume information. You engage with it. Do you understand that? You engage with the information. You're not engaging. You're running your will. Man can do as he will, but he can't will as he will. If you pick number 2 now, you got a channel of money happening. Okay, let's see what this woman says about that. See, I'm a psychic, but I'm not a writer. I'm not a wordsmith. That's why I love good writers. I know a lot of them, and somehow they know me. I'm in the library. Kathy's books, her last couple of books, Queen of the Pussy Pirates, and she was a trip. I miss her. I'll see her again. I'll tell you. Her last words were, "I came in to do what I came to do," and then she died. So she suffered. She suffered. She didn't. She hung on to life as long as she could. God bless her. And now she survived her death. Everybody who knew Kathy, she's okay. The page of coin coaxes our experimental side out. Are you afraid not to fail? and unbothered by the thought of other people not understanding what you do. New and unfamiliar materials and techniques attract you. You build with joy and with zeal of someone who has never been told there is a right and a wrong way. You are free and bring this spirit to your existing work, and you can move to new types of yeah. Well, now with whistleblower protection, that's bullshit, because if whistleblower protection happened, I would have never been terrorized when I experimented with it. Just at the fringes of the corporate world, I got a taste of Comcast and antenna, their roots, and how they own the media, man, and they won't let me in that goddamn studio for some reason. Third one, justice. And it's not just us, it's justice. And I like what she says about this here. So yeah, as I was saying in the beginning of my last video, and all the other astrologers are saying the same thing. And justice is the 11th card of the zodiac, of the tarot. It's important to get your grounding, however you ground yourself. As I said, I'm hugging trees, rocks, big boulders. There's one on Valencia Street I love, in front of this little taco place. I'm friends with it. It looks like Ganesha. When I walk by there every other day when I'm coming home from Rainbow, if I'm standing with a light hit it a long way, I could see the trunk. It's Ganesha. And I love it. But I can't do crustaceans in front of it because people are reading there, and I don't want to make a scene. But he knows, Ganesha knows I love that rock. Justice teaches us to seek out and right any imbalances we see in ourselves and the world. From the small and mundane to the big and profound, imbalances have the power to weigh our hearts down. So read more novels, contribute to organizations that help others, wear comfortable shoes. There might be another place we go when we leave our bodies, but we all know for sure that we have a finite amount of time on this planet. Make your stay here light on your heart. Capiche? Most people, man, we're wearing life like a straitjacket. Okay, so let's do some more. Being we're all heated up here now, because as I said, there's a lot of astrologers out there. Alice Walker said, anything we love can be saved. I believe that. Oh yeah, I was raised on Long Island. I was born in Hempstead County. I must, as a soul, saw, Hempstead, I'll go there. Yeah, right. But as I said, I grew up in Nassau County, the North Shore of Long Island, Glen Cove, Oyster Bay, Gatsby country, and then today on Democracy Now!, Amy Goodman's talking about in Nassau County, they've gotten a militia going of MAGA people now. It's a government official has sponsored, so the state is paying. I don't know who's. I got to listen to it again. I'm sure it's on YouTube. It's Amy Goodman today's. Look for her show on the 18th of July, because they're talking about this militia, and they're arming. They're totally armed to the teeth. They are really expecting when there's no. This is a snowball in hell's chance Donald Trump's going to win the election. I mean, it's given he's going to lose. I mean, we got to vote. We got to make it, win. Just to make it a number. You don't. I they say, well, they didn't vote because you said that. No. People are going to vote. People are going to vote in. If they could crawl, risk their lives, they're going to get there. They're going to get there. There's this thing on PBS now. I saw it the other day for 2 hours. They have the whole 187 minutes. It's the whole Jack Smith. His whole case is based on that 187 minutes. And when you see with your own eyes what happened, and then you see yesterday, Donald Trump, with that smug look, and you see all he did. And you say, oh my God, I could be overwhelmingly, but you got to know where you are before you wake up. And man, check out PBS and look for it. I'm sure it's on YouTube. It's called 187 Minutes documentary, and it's no commercials. And light up a little doobie, man, and just get into it, and then you'll be on my side. You'll be activated. You won't be blasé. You won't be blasé. We only have a few more minutes now. So yeah, this full moon is always, the water's high. We lose our landmarks, and then when the water goes down, we get disoriented and freaked out. Then when the water goes down, we see a whole new landscape. So I'm going to do 6 cards for you all, and see what we got going on here. Remember, I love you. I love every person on it, or I wouldn't be doing this. Well, who knows? I guess I have no choice. I gotta do what I'm doing. Norma, before she lost her mind, was when she got her gift going. She used up in Orange County, or up in I don't know, up north, Northern California, not Orange County, minister on Sunday mornings to the migrant workers from the back of her pickup truck. Her husband had a pickup, and she would pass out metaphysical literature and stuff. Norma Tringali, I met her the last few years of her life. Okay, I love that story though. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this is okay. We're all feeling it now. Yeah, this is how we're feeling about ourselves now. This is boom. Yeah, Tower. We don't have time to read this, but maybe next time. Okay. Well, what is the Tower? Yeah, let's get this. It's only 25. Why not? It's the 25th card, which is 7, mystical 7. 16 rather. 16, my favorite number. I love 16. I can't say that. I love all numbers. The Tower teaches us to break down long-standing beliefs that have solidified into false truths. The image of the Tower, tall, looming, impenetrable, represents ideas and rules we believe are standard and unchangeable. When you shrug, sigh, say, that's just how it is, you've come up against the Tower. When the Tower card visits, it's time to tear it down. They won't let us sit at the table. We're going to tear the legs off the effing table. As they said in Dr. Martin Luther King, that movie Selma, it's on PBS, that they asked this young kid back when that happened, and those were his exact words, so I don't have to repeat them. What we want most right now is the love, man. Let the love happen. We won't let the love come out. It keeps on ducking its little head, and boom, they stamp it down. They won't give love and peace a chance, man. Okay, and this is what we're fearing. Justice, what I just read earlier. Go to my YouTube channel. It's Psychic Frank's Mystery School '. That's what you're watching now. See, when I was in the studio, that would be underneath me with the phone number and all that. People would call in. Let's get that back. Let's start, get a movement going. It's only a 10-minute walk from where I live to 10th Street. I could be there whenever they wanted me to do to get calls. Nice Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday mornings. Wow, wouldn't that be a kick in the ass to the Christians? The Nazi Christians. Let's call them what they are. It's Sharia law. It's all Sharia law. What's going on for us now is we're opening up psychically. Yeah, this is worth reading now. This is beautiful. The Queen of Swords, because it's all about our mind. And if without got our mind, you've got nothing. You've got all the money in the world, but if you ain't got your mind, just look at Donald. Even if it's all in his mind, the guy's morally bankrupt. They say when affluence happens, morality goes down there. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, your heart longs to be heard. Listen closely and let her speak. The Queen of Swords encourages emotional expression and understanding, both internal and external. Breakthroughs and long-standing confusion patterns are possible. We could cut through all the bullshit by, just fact-finding. CNN didn't interrupt that debate once. I think Donald Biden just was stuck. He was counting on fact-finding, pause to fact-find. And I think he was just stuck. He was just God slapped. That CNN let Donald Trump go on for that whole debate, and just told one lie after another. Yeah, breakthroughs in long-standing confusion patterns are possible. Awkward conversations can be handled gracefully and with parties maintaining their dignity. This is diplomatic energy. If you see opportunity to be a peacemaker, Jesus was the Prince of Peace. He was not a warmonger. How could you worship and listen to these guys who want America was born to get away from what's happening now? Okay, arrest from strife. And okay, the last two, we still have a few minutes there. This is really important because we're only at the back page a couple. Okay, the Four of Swords says values and priorities that have been shifting are now settling into place. That's what's happening here. Your mind is, get your mind at peace. Our values help us define who we are. You can see more clearly now what you are meant to give to the world. That message is sent to you through your words and your actions. And again, the Page of Cups, which is love and emotions. I got to end with that one. The Page of Cups. Oh, 1 second. Oh, I don't know, I got 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups offers your heart a fresh start. Old patterns and dynamics can be buried for good. New ways of feeling and expressing emotion are open for exploration. Most importantly, you can reset your relationship with yourself, loving yourself as you need to be loved now, accepting and appreciating who you have become. Namaste. In any areas of life you are reading for, you can expect to feel a weight lifted from your shoulders as you accept and appreciate your situation for what it is. The Page of Cups has an optimistic quality of looking for the beauty in everything and everyone. Our relationship feeling young, invigorating by an opportunity of start again. Get that start again now. This is happening for us, not to us. Victims don't heal. These people are trying to win being victims. They're trying to say victimization is a winning thing. No, we're not victims. The economy's never been better. We're not doomed. And if we are, we'll just pick up where we left off on another place. Because there's other life in this, countless universes. To think that this is the only come on. Give me one break coming up. Speaking of breaks, give your mind a break. Stop thinking. You're just rearranging your priorities. Start listening. Start listening to the bugs and the birds and the trees in your heart. I love you. Namaste. Say goodbye, Gabby. I love this bird. Okay, see you later, guys. Be back in 2 weeks, God willing. What is this? Peace. Love.